I spent yesterday trying to be at peace with a few things, and this week is going to be really telling because I'm out of money. And I've worked and I work every single day, as many hours as my body allows. There are no extra hours in the day. I keep up with my house, myself, my health, my business, and I help others. And I think that some of you got confused by one of my other messages because you guys were responding like, why don't you get a sales job? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Can you do this? And this is what I'm trying to relay is I can't get a sales job. I can't. My body is not the same as everyone else's. You basically need to look at me as an 84-year-old who is extremely sick. And I say that because my lungs are 84 years old. Would you tell an 84-year-old to go out and work 9 to 5, which you know it's always more than that, all day, and then come home and be able to what? Do anything? No. I would be absolutely exhausted, sick, in the hospital, or dead. So that is one of the reasons why years ago I started my own thing and becoming a personal trainer, because I could have my own hours, which kind of, I mean, I was starting new, so I kind of had to do what I needed to do, but it was difficult. It was difficult to do that and the art, and I did it for as long as I could, but the thought of putting myself in a situation where I know it's going to do damage to my body and damage to me emotionally because you just can't hold it all up doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like that's what God would want me to do. I mean, so that's my dilemma. And if I don't get a certain amount of money by the end of this week, then I'll know. I'll know it's time to go. I'll have to move out of my home. So I had to come to terms with that and just give it to God, because I have done everything that I can possibly do. I have. And I'm not going to compromise my health in order to make a buck. And He knows that. And I already have to some degree. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put myself into the hospital in order to maintain something. And I don't want to get rid of my home. I love it. It's been so good to me. And it's been so healing, and being able to be here, you don't even know, because I was tossed out of homes so much in the year before this. And so the thought of packing up boxes and moving all of this furniture, and where would it go? And I have a full studio, and that's my living, and God, why would you give me a talent if you're only going to take it away? And these are all questions that I'm having, and I just finally had to let it go. I have to let it go. And I have to trust, and I have to, gosh, more than I ever have before, have faith in knowing that He's got me. And most people wouldn't, I mean, they're like, you're, relying on an invisible force to what? Well, that force to me is everything. That is my Father. And He makes Himself known. He is mysterious, and He is humorous at times, and He is surprising. And the last time I was in this situation, He came through in the last minute, like the last minute. And so I have faith, and I know that if He comes through this time, then it will be for me to keep my home for another year and we'll work it out and we'll make it happen. And if those funds do not come in by the end of the week, then it's time to readjust, and I'm being called somewhere else. And I had to realize last night, well, I didn't have to, but I did, because after I watched this specific sermon, I'm like, what does it even matter? The sermon was about the last days, and it really sunk in that my and our job is to save souls. Like, there's going to be hell on earth, and then there's hell for eternity. And do you want all of these people that are unsaved and lost to go there? No. My job being here on this earth as a child of God, as a believer, is to bring others to a point of salvation, and to have a business and be married and have a family. And while all of that's great, it's not the point. If you do have all of those things and you are blessed to have all of those things, it's to show salvation through God. It's not for you. That's what you don't get. Your money's not yours. Your family's not yours. It's His. He's provided everything. So to hoard and to keep and all of that is just... Anyway, so I let go of any type of personal dreams or aspirations and just said, I'm here, whatever you need. And I've done that multiple times, but I really felt it last night and kind of just gave over myself to His mercy. And we shall see what happens. And if I have to start packing boxes and go to the next place, I know He'll direct me and I'll make it. It's okay. I've been through a lot worse, trust me. I mean, I think most people take the safe route. I've never taken the safe route. I've always taken risks and done things differently. And I have no intention of changing. So, this week shall be telling. We shall see.